start this match in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, our first semifinal match of the second field. Both robots immediately scoring on their bottom area, getting that bonus. 7105 also getting their bonus as they have a hold on their team marker. We've got one duck off of the Red Alliance's duck. 18438 also trying to score as well. Wolfpack Machina with that incredible suspension system, being able to score effectively in their autonomous period. These autonomous periods are even more vital than ever in the playoffs because that's what's going to give you that slight lead you need. These teams are all so good. Having a slight lead in the autonomous is enough. We've got Delta Force here pulling on the driver controlled period, immediately moving to scoring their personally controlled beacon. I expect to see, just like the last match, a lot of defensive play here, but right now we don't seem to be seeing much of that. Most robots are just focused on scoring in their own goals, with Wolfpack Machina again scoring in that shared shipping hub on the Blue Alliance at 18438, also scoring again in that top of their personal shipping hub. It looks like these teams are functioning at such a level that they can do it both. They can score both in their personal shipping hub and in their shared shipping hub as one robot, while their partners, Cookiebots, are scoring in their side of the shared shipping hub as well. Unfortunately, that block did just go over to the red side of the shipping hub, giving the Red Alliance some more points, not to ignore the fact that 7105 has been consistently scoring in that red shipping hub this entire time. And we have Delta Force trying the best they can to grab and get game shipping elements into the area, but they're having a little bit of trouble because it's at this point with these teams functioning at such a high level, it's hard to track down these blocks, hard to track down these balls because they're moving so quickly. The teams are fighting as much against each other for these elements as they are against the other alliance. We're not seeing much defensive play this time, but that might change as we get into the end game. We've got 50 seconds left. 238 to 171. Red Alliance does have a lead. That's just what you expect from a team like Delta Force and Swift. These robots, especially Delta Force, playing at a very high level at the first World Championships earlier, and it's going to be up to the Blue Alliance here to prove that it is not just our first Worlds that means anything, first Globals. It is all about Blue Alliance and playing. As you've got the Blue Alliance nearly completely emptying out their warehouse as we're entering the end game here, 250 to 220. It could be anyone's game here if they can get these markers. Red Alliance has both of their team markers successfully capped. Wow. That's going to be big points unless Blue Alliance could take up the slack on this one. With only 13 seconds left in the match, it's going to be up to Blue Alliance for getting both their team markers. We've got one park, and it looks like it's time for Red Alliance to start playing a little bit of defense in these last few minutes with only 4 seconds left. They're hoping for a park, perhaps, at this last time. And that's the end of this match. And what an incredible show from the Red Alliance and the Blue Alliance. We might be able to see a world record out of this one. I don't know, folks.
Let's kick it back over to the fun team.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tom. Semifinal 2, match number 1. Absolutely found them much closer as we went in. Looked really, really good. On your Red Alliance, 1713, 7105 as well. Choosing not to play the Alliance captain, very interesting with that. Blue Alliance, 16379, 18439. This match was back and forth the whole time. Tell us what went into it, and then we'll jump into the replay.
Yeah, I think immediately we can see that the Blue Alliance had to make up a 50-point deficit coming out of that autonomous period, and they had some very interesting strategy in the beginning. Another thing I want to talk about is the end game strategy. The whole tele-up was pretty standard from both alliances, but the beginning and the end is what I really want to focus on.
Let's hop in the replay, talk a little bit more about what happened in this match. Where are we going to start out first?
Yeah, let's start off like right around 110 seconds, just 10 seconds into tele-up. We can see some very interesting strategy. Wolfpack right here, we can see in the middle of the field, they're one of the only teams in the world this season that have done cycles where they go into the normal warehouse and then they come out into the middle of the field and place freight on that shared shipping hub. I think what was really important is because of having both robots on the Blue Alliance placing freight on that shared shipping hub, they were able to win that tip for an instance around 100 seconds. What happened is right after that, Wolfpack went back to that Alliance shipping hub to get those 6 points per freight, but then Swift just stole that tip back from Cookiebots and the rest of the Blue Alliance.
Well, Red Alliance had a really big lead going into probably the final minute, right? And then the tide started to shift a little bit. We saw some defense being played. We saw more scoring in that shared hub as well. Take us to our next part.
Yeah, I think what's really important is just throughout the rest of Teleop, there was just a lot of scoring by both Cookiebots and Swift on that shared hub. But it's really Endgame that what I think was the deciding factor. Neither Delta Force nor Swift has a tape measure capping mechanism or anything like that allows them to do both ducks and the team shipping element at the same time. And what this meant is that both robots couldn't be scoring on the shared or Alliance hub right at the end of Endgame. But what on Wolfpack, on the other hand, you can see right here, they're cycling those ducks right from the carousel while they're spinning them off. And this is getting them huge points for value because they're doing 2 objectives at once. Kookie Bots, they were able to get that team shipping element off. And then right at the end of the match, they blocked the park. And Swift wasn't able to get those parking points.
Yeah, and we saw the score go back and forth right here as well, too. Right at the end, though, watch this. When time expires, Red seems to skyrocket and lead. So it'll be interesting to see what the final scores look like. A great match regardless. To send it back to Caleb to tell us more about the scores coming up on the board.
Wow! 401 points! The high score of the week! And 314 for the Blue Alliance. That is an accumulated score of 715. Red Alliance, obviously, Alliance number 2, taking match number 1 of semifinal 2.
This stream is supported by First Updates Now, who would like to thank the following fun sponsors. First Updates Now is supported by Stryker Careers. If you are a college student or recent graduate looking for an incredible internship, take a look at Stryker. Stryker provides a housing stipend, great pay, and an opportunity to work with state-of-the-art medical technology equipment. Discover why so many First alumni are coming to Stryker for their internship or career at careers.stryker.com. First Updates Now is supported by Kettering University. Did you know that over 30% of the student population at Kettering University was in high school robotics? These same students have received a portion of over $7 million in robotics scholarships from Kettering University. See why so many in First chose to go to Kettering University at kettering.edu.